Hari Om, am I audible now? Okay. Sorry for that, some technical error. Hari Om, Namaste, and welcome to one and all present here to the monthly sadhana session will be taken by Swami Shraddhananda Saraswati, Resident Acharya of Chinmay International Foundation. Swamiji will continue the topic of commandments of Hinduism with a particular focus on Shishyanusanam from Taittiriya Upanishad. As usual, we will begin our session with an invocation followed by the Guru Stotram. So I request to those who can to please join the chanting. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam yena characharam Tatpadam darshitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gururdevo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sthavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatkinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sarvashruti Ratna Virajita Padambujaha Vedantambuja Suryo Yaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjanaha Bindunadakalatitaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnanashakti Samaruಢः Tattvamala Vibhūshitः Bhukti-mukti-pradātā ca Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahine Atmajnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shoshanam Bhavasindhoscha Jñāpanam Sarasampadah Gurof Padodakam Samyak Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Na guroradhikam tattvam na guroradhikam tapah tattvajnānāt param nāsti tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mannātha Shri Jagannathah Madguru Shri Jagadguruh Madatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gururadiranaadischa Guruh Paramadaivatam Guruh Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः सान्तपदक्रमदैः गायन्ति यं सामगान् ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यां तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्. Before we begin our session, there is one small announcement that I have to make. Welcome. Sorry, one second. There is one announcement about the Puja Vidhanam course. This Puja Vidhanam course is a unique offering by Chinmay International Foundation, developed under the guidance and tutelage of expert Acharya Swami Shadananda Saraswati ji. Students of this Puja Vidhanam course will be trained in the method of performing pujas with the correct mudra gestures and chanting of the mantras. The level 1 of this introductory course is already available on the website. Now we are glad to announce that the Puja Swami Swarupananda ji will be launching the second level, the advanced level of this Puja Vidhanam course from the US in this week. So this level 2 of this Puja Vidhanam course ensures that a student familiar with the basic elements of puja, which are already explained in the first level of this course, those students can dive deeper into the understanding and performing a comprehensive puja in more depth and scope. So once launched, this will be available on our website for registering. So please inform your family and friends about the same. And now we will display the poster for this course. So I request you to please note down the details. And after that, Swamiji will begin today's session. Thank you.
Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahavidyam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. We were discussing the basic concepts of Dharma in our Sanatana Dharma, based on the Shishyanusanam of Taittiriya Upanishad. We saw that the entire Shastra, the injunctions of the Shastra, can be divided in two types. One is known as Vidhi, another is known as Nishedha. Vidhi means the orders, that which we should do. Satyam, Vada, Dharmam, Chara, these are Vidhi. Nishedha is prohibition, that we should not do some things. So after completing the Vidhi, now the Veda is taking us to nishedha, that we should not do some things, and which are they, those injunctions are there from this portion onwards. Satya na pramaditavyam. Satyat na pramaditavyam. We should never deviate from speaking the truth. Satyat na pramaditavyam. Now, many of these Sanskrit words are very difficult to translate into English. Generally, the pramaditavyam is translated as inadvertence, but that is not enough. Actually, pramada, we have seen the meaning of pramada before. In pramaditavyam, one meaning is not doing. We should not do something. Pramada, that we are should not. Pramada means we should not do something. We should not. So pramado vai mrityu means in an ununderstanding, wrong understanding, and misbehavior. These are all mrityu. So one thing is not doing something. Pramada also means doing in the negative way. Not only that, we should not do something. So they say, no, once a student asked the teacher, see, will you punish me for not doing something? Teacher said, no, of course not. Then the child said, okay, I have not done the homework. So don't punish me. So sometimes not doing something also becomes wrong. So pramada also means not doing something which we are supposed to do. Third meaning of pramada is not acting when we are supposed to act. We are supposed to, speak something, we are supposed to act, we are supposed to perform, and then we know that we are supposed to do, but if you do not take up that, that dharma, that also becomes pramada. Now, what are those things we should not do is explained in the coming Vedanusasana. Satyat na pramaditavyam. That means we should not fear to speak the truth. Sometimes what we do, one is we don't want to say, we don't want to say the truth. So what we do, we just keep silence. And we think that, okay, that's the best thing, that, we are not harming anyone. But because of our not speaking truth, it can also create, imbalance in the society. So, satyat na pramaditavyam. That is, not only that we should speak truth. Second is, we should not, you should not speak asatya. One meaning, satyat na pramaditavyam. We should not speak untruth, and we should not keep silent when we are supposed to speak satya. Okay, see, so we have seen when we studied the greatness of Satya. Satya is the adhara of Dharma in Kali Yuga. So in Mahabharata, the Drona has to be chained. So what to do, Drona? Drona is very much attached to his son Ashwathama. So unless Ashwathama is killed, nobody can actually, win Karna, win the Dronacharya. So now what to do? And Drona will not believe anyone other than Yudhishthira. So Bhimasena killed an elephant named Ashwathama, and then everybody started to shout that Ashwathama is killed, Ashwathama is killed, Ashwathama hataha. Then Drona asked Yudhishthira. So Yudhishthira said, Ashwathama hata. And there was a second line when he was telling that time, Bhagavan blew his conch. So that Ashwathama hataha kunjarova narova. It could be a man, or it could be an elephant. But when that second sentence was, was not heard by Dronacharya, he gave up his weapon and said that up to that moment, Yudhishthira's chariot was in the skies. It never touched the earth. The moment he said that Ashwatthama hata, that time it came to the earth. Means, so when the truth and only truth has to be spoken, and when we are supposed to speak truth, there should not be any force in the world which should restrain us from speaking the truth. That is satyat na pramaditavyam. So two things is asatyam na vaktavyam. We should not speak untruth, and we should speak truth, and we should not fear from speaking the truth when it is necessary, when it is needed to protect the dharma in the world. So there is the ajna satyat na pramaditavyam. Next is dharma na pramaditavyam. Next injunction is dharmat na pramaditavyam. Means we should not fear, or we should not stop ourselves from doing the right thing. Sometimes we see, like, we are traveling and we see that somebody is lying in the road, some accident happened, and then so we think that, no, if I go down, then it will be trouble. So what do? We just go. And that is known as dharma pramadanam. Means we supposed to help that person, but we don't do that. So that is also adharma. When we are supposed to do something right, and if we do not perform that right action, that also becomes adharma. That's known as here dharmat na pramaditavyam. We should be actively good. Purji Gurudev always says this, that actively good. Not only that we manage something, but we should be, we should have active participation in the right activities. So whenever we see adharma, it is our duty to oppose the adharma. That is the meaning of dharmat na pramaditavyam. Ananushtanam dharma pramadaha. We know that this is dharma, and if you do not stand with dharma, we should not participate in the dharmic activities. That also becomes a sin, a papa vritti for all of us. Dharma na pramaditavyam. Next injunction is kushala na pramaditavyam. Now, we should not, keep us aside from kushala, a new word. Generally, kushala in many of Indian languages, kushala means like how we, say, how are you? Kushala. Kushala means well-being. Okay. So here, what is kushala? Shankaracharya says, kushala means atmaraksharthat karmanaha. Says self-protection. So a person should always protect himself. That is his dharma. Please don't think that somebody else will protect us. We should have, of course, faith in the government, faith in God, faith in people, but the protection of oneself is the primary duty of that being. So, kushalat na pramaditavyam atmanam atataibhyah rakshaniya. It is our duty to protect ourselves, our family, our society, and our nation from like terrorists and those people who are walking against the dharmic flow of the life. It is our duty. If you do not do that, we will suffer not only as a person, but as the society also. So here Acharya says that atataibhyah rakshaniya. One should protect oneself from atatayi. Who is this atatayi? The Mahabharata says, Agnido garadaschaiva shastrapanir dhanapahah kshetra darapaharta cha shadete atatayinah. The atatayis are our enemies. Atatayis are those people who brings destruction to us, to our families, to the nation. Who are they? Agnidaha, those people who burns down houses and villages, those people who loot and burns the village, they are known as Agnidaha. Second type of people are Garadaha, those people who poisons, who gave poisons to people, to the families, to the entire societies, poisoned and destroyed. Such people are known as Garada. He's called an Atatai. Third is Shastrapanihi, a person who has taken weapon in his hand and then coming to destroy us. Those people are known as Shastrapanihi, person who are wielding weapons. Dhana Apaha, those people who steal the wealth, the robbers and thieves. Kshetra Apaharta, those people who take away our land, steal our land. Dara Apaharta, those who kidnaps the wife or the family. Shadede Atatayina, these 6 type of people are known as Atatayins. And they say Atatayi Vadharhanaha Brahmanopi. The Smriti says, if these people, Agnida, Garda, these 6 kinds of Atatayis, if they are, even if suppose that person is a Brahmana, okay, even that person is a Brahmana, according to the Shastra, a Brahmana should not be killed. But suppose a Brahmana is an Atatayi, then even if he is a Atata, if a Brahmana also, Atatayi should be killed. That is the Smriti's order. Atatayi vadharahanaha. So, see, this is a very important thing now, which is happening because of goodness, because of sometimes the goodness or the dharma becomes a weakness. A society where people are more cultured and polished, slowly that community goes into a kind of weakness, and then we see that such great civilizations are vanished from the earth. Whether it is Roman or Egyptian, when it becomes too polished and too much of, and they lose their power to protect themselves. And then they are vanished, they are destroyed from the face of earth. Says, should be very careful. Says, Kushalat na pramadidavyam. This is what Bhagavan says in Gita also. Klaibyam asmagamah partha. Give up importance, give up dullness, give up that, sometimes people become so laziness, they are not able to self-assert on the subjects of dharma. They are not able to protect themselves. They are not able to protect their children and their family. They are not able to protect their country because they're too polished. Then they're always thinking about what the others will tell. The moment we start to think that what others are going to tell us, that actually creates lots of imbalance in the society. And it's not that we should, kill others or destroy others, but when a situation arises in our life where the dharma is in threat, it is our duty to take up the protection of dharma, protection of the society, protection of the individual self. That's a very important adesha from Veda, Kushalat na pramadidavyam. Now comes one more adesha, Bhutena pramadidavyam. Never neglect your prosperity. Bhuti, Aishwarya, prosperity. So we should, it is sometimes because of wrong understanding, they say that each ashrama has their own dharma. Okay, brahmacharya brahmacharians have their own dharma, grihasthas they have their own dharma, vanaprasthins have their own dharma, sannyasins have their own dharma. Sometimes what happens, maybe because of the too much of influence of Buddhism in our thought for a long time, this entire ashrama vyavastha got mixed up. Now the grihasthas have started to act like sannyasis. Sannyasis are acting like grihasthas. Lots of mixing happened. Because of that, what happens? Our grihasthas, our householders, they also think why to create money, why to earn. Whatever little bit is there, with that we will live. Says that is not correct. So in each of our ashram, the Mahakavi Kalidasa says, Prathame narjida vidya, Didiye narjidam dhanam, Tritiye narjida kirtihi, Chaturthe kim karishyati. A person who never attained any knowledge in his, in childhood, in his school days, a person who never acquired wealth when he was a grihastha, a person who has not acquired name and fame when he was a vanaprasthin, what is he going to do in sannyasa ashram? Means in each of the ashram, we should take care of the ashrama dharma. When we are in sannyasa, when we are in grihastha ashrama, it is our duty to take care of our welfare, to take care of the prosperity of the society and the individual and the family and the nation. Bhuti na pramaditavyam. Never neglect our prosperity. So what is bhuti? Bhuti means Aishwarya. That's why in Gita also, Gita ends with this vakya. Yatra yogeshwara krishnaha, yatra partho dhanurdhara. Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutihi Dhruva Nitihi Matirmama. So where spirituality and ability to act according to dharma, where both stands together, there will be bhuti. What is bhuti? Prosperity means what? Dhanam mitram cha jnanam cha mano punyam gatistadha aunatyam bandhubalam chaiva bhutirithyabhidhiyate. What is bhuti? 8 things are known as bhuti. Prosperity, Aishwarya. What are they? One, dhanam, of course, money, wealth. Without money, without wealth, it's very difficult to even act, do dharma. So, for dhanat dharma, tatas sukham. So, dhanam, when we have enough wealth, then only we can help, we can take care of the society. So, dhanam is Aishwarya, bhuti. Second is mitram, a good friend. Lots of money is there, but if you have no friends, then that life is a waste. So we should have good friends, mitram. Third is jnanam, the right knowledge. Wealth, good friends, right knowledge is also a wealth. Next is manaha. Manaha is, self-respect. If there is no self-respect, then that person will never be able to enjoy the life in the proper way. Next is punyam. We need lots of punya in our life. We should do good actions. Because of that, punya is created. That punya is also a bhuti. Then gatihi, right contact. The right way of living. That's also very important. Aunatyam, the ability to be always withstand the different kinds of oppositions in life. That's also very important. Bandhu balam. We should have the family backup. The connections and family, the bondage of family. These 8 things are known as bhutihi. And here Veda says bhuti na pramaditavyam. Never neglect all these 8 aspects of your life. Only when these 8 aspects are there in full measure, then only there will be Aishwarya, there will be prosperity in our life, and never neglect this aspect. So we conduct ourselves so that all these 8 aspects are nourished in our life. And also the Manu Smriti says, Bhutihi means yoga, tejo, bala, paurusha, vidya, rajya, dhana, dhanya, putra, pautradi, abhyudayani sampatti. So abhyudayana sampatti. What is the sampatti? Yoga. Abilities, spiritual practices. Tejaha, our mental abilities. Balaha, physical strength. Paurusha, and vidya, knowledge. Rajya, the country. Dhana, wealth. Dhanya, of course, if you have a lot of wealth but nothing to eat. So dhanya, different grains, etc. Putra, children. Pautra, grandchildren. Like that. All that which help us to live a comfortable life is known as the sampatti, that's known as bhuti. And a grihastha should take care of the prosperity aspect of his life. It's very important. Bhutyena pramadidavyam. Next. Swadhyaya pravachanabhyamna Pramadidavyam. We have seen this before also. We should do swadhyaya and pravachana. We should study, we should teach. Not to teach, not to show off, not to show that we are very great people or we have lots of knowledge. The teaching is for our own understanding. When we teach, the ideas becomes more and more clear. The knowledge goes deep within, and when we teach, when we study and teach both, when we do the study and teach, our mind dwells in sattva vritti. Mind become calm, concentrated, pure. And also, this is the only way to propagate into conservation of our culture, our traditions, our ideas. So it's very, very important that we study and teach. Tat chindanam, tat kadhanam, anyonyam tat prabodhanam. What is Adhyatma Vidya? Tat chindanam, thinking about this. Tat kadhanam, talking about it. Anyonyam tat prabodhanam, discussing with others about discrete ideas. That's how Shastra is protected, Shastra is continued in our life. So, Swadhyaya is very important, Pravachana is also important. Then only Jnana Unnati, the propagation, the richness of the knowledge and the richness of our traditions and culture is only possible when we study and when we teach. So, in the Taittiriya it says, Swadhyaya pravachane vetinako maudgalyah tadhitapa. Swadhyaya and pravachana is the greatest tapas possible. That is actually brings, clarity and happiness and joy and prosperity to the nation. So, we should do the adhiti, bodha, acharana and pracharana. These are the 4 pathas of knowledge. Adhiti, proper study. Bodha, proper understanding. Acharana, practice. And pracharana, and also propagation of the knowledge. So, what happened to our Indian culture? Sanatana Dharma is one of the main reasons for the fall of our Sanatana Dharma is we forget about the Swadhyaya Pravachana. So we should take up Swadhyaya Pravachana, and then that's very, very, very important in our life. Swadhyaya Pravachana, no, both of them, na pramadidavyam. Swadhyaya Pravachanabhyam, na pramadidavyam. We should take up Swadhyaya and Pravachana as the mission of our life. Study and teach. So that the clarity comes to us, we go deep into the subject, and the subject becomes our own core. Now comes the next order, known as Deva Pitrikaryabhyam na pramadidavyam. Deva Pitrikaryabhyam. Devakarya and Pitrikaryabhyam na pramadidavyam. We never should deviate, we should never forget to do 2 things, Devakarya and Pitrikarya. According to our Sanatana Dharma, we are supposed to do Panjamahayajnaha. We are supposed to take care of 5 yajnas in our life. So that is known as Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna, Pitri Yajna, Nri Yajna, and Bhuta Yajna. So we are indebted to life, indebted to 5 kinds of people in the world: Devas, Pitras, and the Rishis, and other human beings, and other beings of this universe. We are indebted, we are living because of all of them, and we should give back to all of them. That is the Ajna, which is given here, known as Deva Pitrakaryabhyamna Pramadidavim. We should never forget to serve Devas and Pitras. So what do you mean by Deva Yajna? Deva Yajna is of 5 types. First one is known as Nitya Yajna. Second is known as Naimittika Yajna. Third is known as Kamya Yajna. Fourth is known as Varshika Yajna. Fifth is known as Janmika Yajna. So what is this? Deva Yajna means, first one is Nitya Yajna. All of us, we are supposed to worship Devatas every day. So one is Nitya Agnihotra. Every day we should do a very simple Agnihotra, which will take maybe 5 to 10 minutes. That is known as Nitya Agnihotra. Especially a householder are supposed to do this Vaishya Yajna every day. And second is known as Nitya Puja. We are supposed to do our Ishtadevata Puja or Panchayatana Puja every day, worshipping Devatas. And third is Nitya Yajna means Nitya Japa. The japa we do, all the parayanas and japas and Ishta Mantra Japa, these are all become part of Deva Yajna. This is known as Nitya Yajna, the worship of the Lord every day. Second is known as Naimittika Yajna. Naimittika Yajna means whenever there is an opportunity, there is a celebration, there's a event in our house, then we should remember Bhagavan. Suppose there is a birthday, suppose there is a marriage in our house, we should perform special pujas and special worship of the Lord. And also like Ekadashi and then Shivaratri, such, known as the Naimittika. Then comes Kamya Yajna. A Grihastha is allowed to perform Kamya Yajna. Suppose he wants children or prosperity, etc. There are Vaidika and Pauranika Yajnas preferred or given to us for getting children, for having the blessings of the Devatas, for progeny, for prosperity. So, if we have desires, Kamya Yajna is, if we want to do it, then it's not a must, but we may do that. Then Varshika Yajna, every year we should perform some kind of worship of the Lord, like Shivaratri, Navaratri. These are all yearly comes, and it's the duty of us to celebrate these great occasions. And comes the Janmika, like Agni Adhanam, Somayaga. These are all only allowed for a few people, but if it is the part of your duty, then we should perform that also. That is known as Deva Yajna. So we should never forget to fulfill the Deva Yajna. Next is known as Pitru Yajna. Okay, so Deva Yajna is of 5 types we have seen. Next is Pitru Yajna. Pitru Yajna means we should fulfill our duty towards our Pitrus. So what do you mean by this Pitru Yajna? The first and foremost thing is to take care of our elders. See, Pitru doesn't mean our father and mother. Of course, our father and mother, not only our father and mother, but all our elders in family. They are all Pitrus. So, it is our duty to take care of them in their old age. Not only old age, when they become sick, when they become, they need our help, we should be available to take care of our elders in the family. There's a must, there's an order that we should do, Pitru Yajna. Next is known as Pitru Yajna also means when they pass on, when they leave the body, it is a duty of ours to do the, Shesha Kriya, like the Agni, we have to do the cremation and such, and then whatever other rituals related to that, this is our duty. Third is known as Pindadanadika. So every, after they give up their body, then we should do Pindadana, etc. And then comes the Shraddha. Shraddha, that is there, we call it Varshika Shraddha and Vishesha Shraddha. Varshika Shraddha is every year on the day, on the Tithi, they left the body, we offer special prayers for our ancestors, known as the Varshika Shraddha. Next is known as Vishesha Shraddha. Vishesha Shraddha means every month on Amavasya day. Every month on Amavasya, we are supposed to do Tarpana for Pitrus, special Tarpana. And also Pitru Paksha, just before the Navaratri begins, Shardiya Navaratri begins, 15 days are known as Pitru Paksha. In each day is, specially dedicated for different Pitrus, like for our fathers, mothers, grandfathers, so many for them. Each day is given. So we are supposed to do that Shraddhadi on the Pitru Paksha. And also on that, like some days are there, like, in each place, like there is Mahalaya, Amavasya, such special days, we should offer the Shraddha. That is known as Vishesha Shraddha. Then, Pitru Yajna also means progeny. See, we should give birth to the next generation. Not only that, we should give birth to next generation, but we should take care of them. We should bring them up with noble values. We should give our culture to the next generation. It is our duty that the next generation is, nurtured in the right way, giving the right understanding and right knowledge and right contact to the next generation. It's our duty. It's our duty towards our Pitras that our next generation knows our culture and traditions, and they are connected with the entire parampara. So this is known as Pitriyajna. So Deva Pitrikaryabhyam na pramadidavyam. We should never ever forget about the Devakarya and Pitrikarya. Now comes the a very beautiful some instructions which are very famous. People may not know from where it comes, but these are the very famous and very meaningful instructions to all of us. Matradevo bhava, Pitradevo bhava, Acharya devo bhava, Atithi devo bhava. Sometimes this is very famous, so it is translated little wrongly. They say Matradevo means bhava means you worship mother as God. That is the essence, but the word meaning is Matradeva is a compound word. What is the meaning of Matradeva? Mata Devaha Yasya Saha. The one who treats his mother as God. You be a person who understand and treat your mother as God. That's the meaning of Matradevo Bhava. That's the meaning of Pitradevo Bhava. You be a person who treats, who worship your father as God. And be a person who worship your Acharya as God. Be a person who worship your Atithi, a guest, as God. That's a meaning, not that other way. But generally, but that's not wrong, but the Sanskrit is little, this will be more appropriate. Okay. So what do you mean by Matra Devo Bhava? Says, Mata is Pratyaksha Devata. Our mother is the, we may not be able to see the God, but our father and mother are the embodiment of God. Always feel that our mother and father, we are ever indebted to them. We should always remember their sacrifice, because of which we are alive today, and we should always thankful to them. We should always take care of them. Not only our father, not only our brother, our mother, also our teacher. The teacher, father and mother gave us this body. The teacher gave us the jnana, the right wisdom. So he is also like our father, and we should never forget. We should never go against the words of the Guru. And Atithi Devo Bhava. A guest who comes to our house is also considered as the God himself. So, what do you mean by this? The well-being of a society is based on, 4 commitments or 4 kinds of balance. First is known as the stabilities and of balance of our emotion. Matra Devo Bhava represents the emotional balance. So when a person who is emotionally well balanced, that is that all good emotions that comes from the mother, and only emotional is not good, he should achieve that emotional balance along with intellectual stability, intellectual balance. That is what father represents. Emotion and the intellectual understanding. So the head and heart. Only heart is not enough, only head is not enough. When our head and heart, when our emotions and intellect is properly balanced, that brings stability to our life. So that's the representation of father and mother. Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava. This is not enough. A person may be emotionally and intellectually balanced, that is not enough. We need spiritual balance. That's why Acharya represents the spiritual well-being, spiritual stability. So it is very, very important that we are spiritually stabilized. And then comes Atithi. Atithi Devo Bhava, that is a social well-being. That social commitment. So a person could be, very intellectually, emotionally, spiritually balanced. That is not enough. There is a fourth dimension for his personality. That is his social commitments. His social well-being, his social commitment. That is very, very important. When all these four aspects, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, and social well-being commitments are well balanced, that person becomes a Purna Purusha, that becomes a complete man. So that's why Veda says in elsewhere also, Matruman, Pitruman, Acharyavan Veda. A person who can actually understand the subtle truths revealed in the Vedas, when we attain our spiritual, our emotional, and our intellectual balance. So that's why Matridevo Bhava, Pitridevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. Now comes the next order. Yanyanavadyani karmani tani sevitavyani no itarani. The Vedas are making more and more clear how we should live our life. Yani anavadyani karmani tani sevitavyani. You should always take up those karmas which are anavadyam, which are blemishless, without any blemish. Whatever karma we take up, we should see that that karma is not associated with papa. Sometimes people say, see, I never, do any kinds of wrong things, but my company does. So when the company is into the destruction of the human beings, and although we are not directly doing anything, but we know that the institution which we represent is actually harming the society, then it is our duty to step back. If we know that what we are doing is going to harm the society, going to harm the humanity, is going to harm the existence of the earth, and it is our duty to step back. Yani anavadyani karmani tani sevidavyani no itarani. If we are doing anavadya karma, avadya karma, that karma which we blemishless actions only we should take up, not those karma which are related to the destruction of humanity, destruction of the earth, destruction of persons, even though we are not directly associated with it. Very, very, very important instruction. Acharya says, Shankara Bhashya says, Yani anavadyani anindidani shishtachara lakshanani karmani tani sevitavyani kartavyani toya na shishtakrityani api. Says, we should take up the karma which are anavadya. Means what? Anindida. Means what? Shishtachara lakshana. All those karma which are taken up by noble people, that alone we should take. Even if sometimes it becomes difficult for us to live, because we tend to take up wrong kinds of action in our life. Please understand that will bring more destruction to us, to the society in long run. So that's why, what do you mean Shishtakritya? So we should do actions which are, we do not know what is correct, what is wrong. Says, so what is the, how we'll know what to do, what not to do? Says, Shastram Pramanamte. Gitaji says that, Yes Shastra Vidimutsrijya Vartate Kamakaratah Nasa Siddhim Amapnoti Na Sukham Na Param Gatim Tasmat Shastram Pramanamte Karya Karya Vyavastito. What to do, what not to do. What is Pramana? Shastra. is the pramanas. For that, Swadhyaya Pravachana. We should learn Shastra, we should study Shastra. Then alone we will know what to do, what not to do in our life. So if we give up, practicing the Shastric life, then Kamakaradaha, living according to one's own desires, Nasasiddhimavapnodi, he shall never be fulfilled in this life. Na Sukham, there will not be Sukha here, na Paramgati. What to talk about higher worlds? So it is a duty of all of us to really understand what we are doing. Jnatva kurvita karmani. Before performing action, we should think twice. Where this action is going to take me. We should understand whether this Shastra, this action will harm me, society, my family, the entire well-being of the world, universe. And we should take up. And we should never take up actions which are against the balance, against the completeness of humanity, completeness of this entire universe. So, that's very, very important. So, Shastra, Acharya Gurudev, Puja Gurudev says that why we fail. See, we take up so many things in our life and we fail. Why? Because one is thoughtless action. We take up action without thinking. We don't understand the implications of our action, what the results of the action. We never think about. We just take up. Thoughtless actions bring failure and suffering into our life. And next is actionless thoughts. One is thoughtless action. Next is actionless thoughts. Only we imagine things, and we'll never work for it. That also brings sufferings to our life. And if we are not able to cultivate right thoughts and act accordingly, wrong thoughts will influence and change our actions and character. There's another understanding. Please understand that if you do not walk the right way, there's all possibilities that we may walk the wrong way. Maybe our mind will be deluded, and the darkness comes to our life, and we shall take up wrong ways of life, will end up in total destruction. So, yoginaha karma kuruvanti sangam tektva atmashuddhaye. So, a person should take up anavadya karma, blemishless actions, and will never should take up the actions which will harm oneself, his family, and his society. Now comes a very beautiful instruction. I don't think that in any other culture, such an instruction will be there, because most of the scriptures, they think that they know everything, they are perfect, and whatever they say you should follow. You should not ask, you should not judge, etc. But here is a very beautiful instruction given by the Shastra. Shastra says, Yanyasmakagum sucharitani tani tvayopasyani no itarani. Acharya says, you must follow only our commendable actions, our good actions, our right actions, not others. See, each one of us, we all have, we are all not perfect. We are all human beings. We have our shortcomings. Just because my teacher smokes, suppose there is a teacher who smokes, or maybe some other person may be using liquor, another person may be looking some. See, all of us will have small, or big shortcomings. Just because my Guru used to do, my teacher used to do, or my father used to smoke or use alcohol, I will also use. Please don't do that. That's what it says. Yani asmakam sucharitani. Please only see our good actions. And tani tvaya upasyani. You should only imbibe. You should only absorb. You should only act. Repeat or imitate our good actions, not the wrong kind of actions. See, when we are living with the gurus, we understand that these are all good, these are all not good. And as the gurus or acharyas or our elders, they may have some small setbacks. Just because they have those setbacks, we should not make fun of them. At the same time, we should understand that this is a setback and we should not make it dharma. And this is very, very important, because a acharya, a rishi, a great master, and has done something which is against the injunctions of Veda, injunctions of Dharma. Just because somebody is doing, please do not do that. That's a very beautiful story. So there was a guru and his disciples. So slowly Guru understood that the disciples are imitating the Guru in a blind way. So Guru gave this adesha, yani asmakam sucharitani tani tvayo pasyani no itarani. Please do not imitate. Please imitate only, please imbibe, please take, please practice only my correct actions. Never ever do things which are wrong for me, of mine. Please do this. He instructed his disciples, but he understood that they are not changing. So one day the teacher said, let us go for a festival. Great festival was happening. We'll go for that utsav. And Shishyas became very happy. Along with the teacher, the Shishyas went for the utsava. And so many mela is happening, so many stalls are there, everything is available. So one place, the Guru went and he drank the hookah, or he started to smoke. Oh, Shishyas became very happy. They also started to smoke. Why? Because Guru is doing. Why not? Then they went to one place where there was non-vegetarian, food was available. The Guru ate. These people also ate. Then they went to one place, their liquor was available, and the Guru enjoyed the liquor. The Shishyas also enjoyed liquor. And then, like that, so many prohibited places, actions were happening there. And Guru, went into those places and then enjoy Shishyas also. Once everything was over, then there was a place where the blacksmith was working. So he went into the shop of the blacksmith, and there was this melted iron in one pot. The Guru went there, took this melted iron, and drank. Guru was a Siddha. No, nothing happened to him. Now he looked at the Shishyas. Shishyas were standing there. He asked them, why you know that drinking, smoking, and using non-vegetarian food, these are all prohibited, don't you know? Yes. Why you did them? Because you are doing. Okay. So I did all that, but then I could drink this molten iron. Now you drink. They never dared to even touch it. So the Guru said, all of you are outcasted now. Why? Because you have done prohibited action. So when Mahatmas does something, they have the power to digest it. If we also blindly imitate the life of masters, see, please take what is possible for us to walk the path. Please understand what is our abilities and take the good things which will nourish us from the life of masters. Never ever blindly imitate them. Never ever do take up things which are prohibited by Shastra, even if the Acharya is doing that. This is a very strong, very powerful, very brave statement by the Acharya. Says that, if please look at me and whatever good things we are doing, please imitate, please imbibe only those good values in you, even if we also may have some shortcomings. Just because I am your Acharya, please do not take them. It is our duty to walk the path of Dharma, not Adharma. Anyone may do anything, but we should always stick to the path of Dharma. That is our duty. So this is a very, very important adesha. No, yani asmakam acharyanam sucharitani, shobhana charitani, amnayadi aviruddhani. What is this shobhana charita? Amnaya aviruddha, which is not opposing the shastra. Tani eva tvaya upasyani. That only you should take up. Punyarjanaya anušteyani niyamena kartavyani. It is your duty only to take up those actions by the acharyas which are along with the instructions of the Veda. No itarani viparitani acharya kritani api. Even if the teacher is doing something which is against the shastra, we should never take up. So never we should make some excuses just because telling that the teacher was doing this or that. And just sometimes the other ways students project their mental imperfections on the teacher, and then start to justify their actions, telling that, oh, my teacher also used to do like that. So a weakness is always a weakness. Okay, whoever may be doing it, so never participate in that weakness. This is our niyama. This is the law. Just because somebody is doing, if it is against the doctrines, against the instructions of the shastra, we should not take it up, even if our acharya is doing this. This is a very, very important instructions. And there are some more instructions in this chapter that we will see in the next class. Hari Om. Thank you. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.